Welcome to On This Day, where we look back at the moments that made history, one day at a time. From major world events to the weird and unexpected, every date has a story. So, what happened on 26th of July? Let's find out. July 26th has been a pretty packed date in history. From ancient battles to space-age satellites, it's seen kings rise, nations born, revolutions spark, and even some iconic sci-fi premieres. It's a mix of conflict, innovation, celebration, and surprise. Let's roll it back to the year 657 when the Battle of Siffin took place. It was a major showdown in early Islamic history between two powerful leaders, and it sparked divisions that still echo today. A few centuries later in 811, the Byzantine Emperor Nikephoros V met his end in battle. That loss shook the empire and marked one of the earliest recorded deaths of an emperor in a foreign campaign. By the early 1300s, big titles were being tossed around. In 1309, Pope Clement officially recognized Henry VII as King of the Romans, boosting his status across Europe and tightening ties between church and empire. Over in India, the year 1509 marked the rise of Krishnadevaraya, one of the most celebrated rulers of the Vijayanagara Empire. His reign brought military victories and a golden age of art and culture in southern India. Then in 1581, the Dutch declared they were done with Spanish rule. They issued the Act of Abjuration, which was basically a breakup letter to the King of Spain, and the first steps toward becoming an independent nation. Jumping forward to 1745, cricket history was quietly made when the first recorded women's match took place in England. It didn't make global headlines, but it was a big step for women in sports. Now, over to America. In 1775, just a few weeks into the American Revolution, Congress appointed Benjamin Franklin as the first Postmaster General. That move helped kickstart a postal system that still runs today. Then in 1847, across the Atlantic, Liberia declared its independence. Founded by freed American slaves, it became Africa's first republic, and the date is still celebrated as a national holiday. July 26th also had a musical side. In 1882, Wagner's opera Parsifal premiered in Germany. It was his final work and a deeply spiritual one, still stirring debates in the opera world. The US got a key government agency rolling in 1908, when the federal government created a special investigative unit that would later become the FBI. Back then, it had a different name, but the mission was already clear. And in 1947, President Truman signed the National Security Act into law. That piece of legislation reshaped U.S. defense and intelligence and created the CIA and the Department of Defense as we know them today. In 1963, space got a little more connected with the launch of SYNCOM-2, the world's first geosynchronous satellite. It marked a turning point in global communication and the space race. Love discovering what happened on this day in history. Hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Now, let's get into some modern highlights. In 1978, a groundbreaking moment in medicine. Louise Brown, the first baby born through in vitro fertilization, came into the world. She was nicknamed the test tube baby, and her birth opened up new possibilities for families everywhere. In 1990, the Americans with Disabilities Act was signed into law in the U.S. It was a landmark civil rights victory, protecting people with disabilities from discrimination and changing how public spaces are designed and accessed. And in 1999, India commemorated the end of the Kargil War with Kargil Vijay Diwas, a celebration of a hard-won victory in one of the highest battlegrounds on Earth. The skies made headlines again in 2016 when Solar Impulse 2 completed its flight around the world without a drop of fuel. The solar-powered plane proved that clean energy could go the distance. Finally, for fans of film and fantasy, July 26th saw the premiere of Star Trek: The Motion Picture in the late 70s. It brought the beloved TV show to the big screen and helped launch a sci-fi movie legacy that's still going strong. That's what happened on 26th of July throughout history. Made it this far? Drop your favorite historical fact in the comments. Learned something new? Hit subscribe and come back tomorrow. You never know what the past has in store.